Welcome to the No Guilt Fangirls podcast, where liking what you like is never a bad thing. Here's your host and head fangirl in charge, Patty Holiday.
Hey y'all, welcome to the No Guilt Fangirls podcast. I'm Patty Holiday, your host and head fangirl in charge, and this is the daily-ish fangirl for August 16th, 2019. Now, my regular shows are Monday and Thursday, but every now and then I like to pop in and, I don't know, just give you a daily update if something's on my mind or if I have something I really want to share. That's what this show is all about. And so you get a bonus daily-ish, sometimes once a week, sometimes more, just depends on how chatty and how much time I have going on in my life. Today is Friday. If you have followed me for the last couple of weeks, you're like, oh, hey, it's Friday. It's Disney Plus Day. Andrea and Patty are gonna... Well, Andrea's not here, guys. Andrea's not here. Andrea and our Disney Plus discussion, that's over. That's over on this channel, that is. We went ahead and did it. We pulled off the Band-Aid. We talked about it enough, and it was time for action. So we went ahead and we set up a whole new show, and it is devoted to, you guessed it, Disney Plus. If you want to continue that conversation with us, which, by the way, this channel, as a fangirl, I'm still going to talk about Disney Plus here and there, but those in-depth conversations where we really get kind of into the nitty-gritty of what's going on, or once the new shows come out, when we start doing some reviews of those, all of that is going to live on the new show, which is called Now Streaming Disney Plus. And it's going to be on all of the major podcast providers, but right now I know for sure that you can find it on Spotify, you can find it on Google, and you can find it on Apple. Pop over and take a listen when you're done here and catch up on some of the Disney Plus information that we have going on. I think today's show we talked about, all the old stuff that's coming out and what about it intrigued us, interested us, what specifically, which shows are we interested in. Andrea drops like this huge bomb on me, and I wish I had done video on that show because I couldn't believe what I was hearing from her. So that, I'm just saying, you might want to go over and listen to that one if you are interested in the Disney Plus streaming service. We are going to try to do that once a week, once every other week, just depending on, what the content is, if it's there, and if we have something to share. But go ahead and subscribe to that and take a listen to today's show. It's a lot of fun. Again, that's Now Streaming Disney Plus. All Disney Plus, that is pretty much the bulk of what that content is going to be. Now, speaking of Disney Plus, I did say that I'm going to mention things on here before, and that one was already recorded and set up. So this one is kind of more of a breaking news information that I wanted to share with you about Disney Plus. There were kind of two cool things that were announced, semi-announced, rumored, strong discussions, I guess. This all came from Variety, and Variety is pretty legit when they have their sources and their information. On Disney Plus, there is going to be a show that's called Love, Simon. That's right. If you saw the movie, I think it was a 2018 movie, 2018, 2017. I can't remember which year it was. Everything, anybody else, like everything's just going by so quickly. I feel like everything's going by so quickly. Love, Simon came out and it was in the theaters and I saw it. I want to say it was 2018, like spring of 2018 is when I saw it. And this was such a fantastic, delightful movie. If you didn't see it, take some time to find it. I will even link you in show notes or a place where you can rent it on Amazon or something, because it's wonderful. It's sweet. It's delightful. It's funny. It does have a lot of language, and you guys know I'm not a big fan of that, especially for something that is kind of geared towards kids. This is not necessarily geared towards kids, but it's a teenage coming out story, and definitely important for your tweens and teens, I think, to see this movie, to gain some understanding of what they may be going through, what their friends may be going through. I mean, it's really important. And the way they handle the discussion and the situation is sweet. It's funny. It felt real. It felt like this is what these kids are going through these days, and some of the struggles that are there as a kid that's trying to come out to people. In fact, well, I take that back. He doesn't even want to come out. It just happens for him. Anyway, really, really good movie. I have a review on that. I'll also link that in show notes if you want to check it out. But Love, Simon is going to become a Disney Plus series. That being said, because of all that language, it's not a Disney movie. So I'm sure that this Disney Plus series is going to be toned down quite a bit because they already talked about how the heavier stuff, the rated R stuff, was going to go on Hulu. So the fact that they are announcing this as a Disney Plus series means that some of that language is probably going to be pared down, which makes me happy because, I know teens probably talk like that all the time. But I don't want to hear it, and I don't want to encourage it. And I know mom is like sticking her head in a box and pretending like this doesn't happen in the real world. But yes, it's true. Just in my entertainment, I don't need it like all the time in my face. On Disney Plus, I'm assuming that language issue that I had before is going to be kind of toned down a little bit. They announced that Michael Cimino is the lead for this one. He is most recently in Annabelle Comes Home. He's going to play a whole new character. This is Victor, who is a new student at the same high school. He's on his own journey of self-discovery, and he has his own challenges. He is actually going to reach out to Simon to help him figure out, what to do with high school. They also said that Nick Robinson, who starred in the film, will also narrate this half-hour series in addition to serving as producer. So that's a nice little continuity tie-in for those of us who really liked Love, Simon, the movie. In more Disney Plus news, are there any Star Wars fans out there? Because this is even bigger. Ewan McGregor is coming back as Obi-Wan Kenobi, guys. At least he's in talks for it. Variety, again, also reported that they're definitely having talks. They're having discussion for him to have his own show on Disney Plus. Now, if that happens, we've already talked about, I think it's like 4 Marvel shows, specific shows that are coming out. Well, this would be the 3rd Star Wars specific show. And, Disney, they're not playing around. They're bringing these A-list stars in to headline these shows. I think it's going to be awesome. There's no other real details on the series at this time. It's not even confirmed yet, but the way we were all talking about on Twitter, it might as well been because we've decreed it. We've decided this is happening. So how cool is that? As we learn more, and as a reminder, next week I will be at D23 Expo. I will be probably dropping something different every single night on the podcast. And when I do, there is a whole thing, there's a whole panel. I think it's like almost 2 hours of Disney Plus content that they're going to give us. So I will have much more details, hopefully about Love, Simon, hopefully about Star Wars coming out that I can share with you. Well, this time next week. Well, be a little bit later, but it'll be Friday next week. What I wanted to talk about today, primarily though, is something that it just tickled me and it made me laugh. It also made me think and appreciate my Gen X-ness even more than I already do. I love being a Gen Xer. I think we're a really cool generation, all right? Did anybody see the Sean Astin thing that was trending all over Twitter earlier this week? It was adorable. It was hilarious. And again, it got me kind of thinking about, being in this Gen X generation, right? We're kind of in this sweet spot. People like me are in this sweet spot of Sean Astin fandom. Now, I talked about Sean Astin before and how I said this was back when Stranger Things was coming out, and I had an episode called Stranger Things to Fangirl. Tessa was on it. We talked a little bit about Sean Astin and how much I adore him. I do. I love Sean Astin. And part of that is that Sean Astin is me. I am Sean Astin. I grew up watching him on screen in some really pivotal roles throughout the years. And that was brought out again on Twitter. So how this all started was somebody found a picture. I don't even know if it was recent. I don't know if this is old. I didn't do the research, guys. It just made me laugh. And that's why I'm sharing it. But they found this picture of Sean Astin in a pool with an otter. It looked like it was one of those, I don't know, conservation type things where you get a chance to swim with dolphins or you get a chance to swim with otters or whatever. That's what it looked like because he had a life jacket on. It was official. It wasn't just him out in the wild cuddling an otter. But this otter is cuddling with him, and it's the cutest thing ever. So you have Sean Astin and an otter, and you just go, "Ah," right? So this person tweets out, I don't know who needs to see this, but here's a picture to brighten your day. It's Sean Astin from Stranger Things with an otter. All right, that's fair, right? I mean, a lot of people know Sean Astin from Stranger Things. Gen X was not having it. Gen X was not having that, not one bit. All over Twitter, people were retweeting it, and they were like, "How dare you call him Sean Astin from Stranger Things? Everybody knows he's Pots and Pans Sean Astin from Toy Soldiers. Everybody knows he's Rudy, from," and it went on and on and on. They basically pulled out like every movie that Sean Astin has ever been in, because guys, he's been in a lot. He's had this amazing career in Hollywood and television. He's probably been on things like you just didn't remember. Like, it didn't blip on your, it wasn't until I was reading all of this on Twitter that I went, oh my gosh, oh, that was so good. Sean Astin even got in on it himself. He was apparently as amused as you can get, I guess, when you see yourself trending like this on Twitter. And he, would talk back to fans and give it back. And he's also a really great interactions with fans. He's a good follow if you like to follow celebrities. He's fun. So I loved it. It was this just one day of discussion about Sean Astin and all the movies he's done. But it got me thinking about, again, generationally, how some of these stars, some of these actors are fortunate enough, lucky enough, talented enough. I'm sure it's a combination of everything involved to be able to have these super long, histories on the screen of the course of our lifetime. Now, sometimes they come and go. Sometimes they're there, then they kind of fade away, and then they come back. But it made me want to think about who all had careers like this. Like, who can we, as Gen X, say, nope, we had him first, right? They were ours first. And I came up with this whole list of actors and what they've been in and what they've done that I want to share with you guys. I'm going to put it on the blog, noguiltfangirl.com. I'll link this in show notes too when I have it posted. But I have this whole list of actors. Again, we're talking Gen X here, so you got to think things like Winona Ryder, Rob Lowe, Luke Perry, things that my kids will relate to these actors in a very specific way. And I'm just over there shaking my head going, no. She's not the mom from Stranger Things. That's Veronica from Heathers. So anyway, it was really fun. It was really fun. And it was really cute to see this on Twitter. So if you're on Twitter, go check out the whole Sean Astin thing. You probably got to go, I don't know, either do a search for a hashtag Sean Astin, or just go to Sean Astin's account, which is at Sean Astin, I believe, and find it. And you can backtrack and you can read all about it. But it was a couple of days ago, so it's kind of like moved off the trendings by now. But it was really funny. And then check out this blog post and, leave me a comment on the post if there's somebody that I'm forgetting, if there's somebody else that you think needs to be on this list of multi-generational Gen Xers. I don't know. Maybe that's what I'm calling it. Anyway, that's it. That's what I have to share with you today. A little bit of Disney Plus news, a big Disney Plus news that we have this new show again that's now streaming Disney Plus. Go find it. And we spell out plus. So it's now streaming Disney Plus. Go find it. Come listen to Andrea and I as we talk about this. If you have anything you want us to cover, you can tweet us at No Guilt Life and at Andrea Updike, and let us know what we should talk about as it relates to Disney Plus. We're here for it, and that's it. Guys, I'll be back on Monday for sure, but I'll also be back when the next moment strikes with some daily-ish news to have conversations like this. Until then, go ahead and please throw up those 5 stars. Don't forget to subscribe to the No Guilt Fangirls podcast so you don't miss anything. We always fangirl about something. It's always something different. That's what's fun about this show. It's always something different. Come back and fangirl again with me real soon.